Chaitanya, Adi-Kandam, Chapter 2, Lord Chaitanya and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, text 87, 88, 89. Vrittartha kaha tumi kagide kararosa tomara arti avimsrita vittayamsa dosa. Translation. You say something contradictory and become angry when this is pointed out. Your explanation has the defect of a misplaced object. This is an unconsidered adjustment. Text 88. Yandra Bhagavatta haite Anyera Bhagavatta Asvayam Bhagavan Sabdera Tahade Sutta. Translation. Only the Personality of Godhead, the source of all other divinities, is eligible to be designated Swayam Bhagavan, or the Premier Lord. Text 89. Ti bahaite aiche Bhaguti Bera Jolana Mula Yega Diba Taha Hariye Kanana Diba Haide Aiche Bhagudi Bera Jolana Mula Yega Diba Taha Hariye Kanana. Adajis. Deepa, a lamp. Aite, from. Yaiche, just as. Bahu, many. Deepera, half lamps. Jolana, lightning. Moola, the original. Eka, one. Deepa, lamp. Taha, that. Kariye, I make, Ganana, consideration. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When from one candle many others are lit, I consider that one the original. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 46, says that Vishnu Tattva, or the principle of absolute personality of Godhead, is like a lamp. Because the expansions equal their origin in all respects. A burning lamp can light innumerable other lamps, and although they will not be inferior, still the lamp from each, the others are lit, must be considered the original. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead expands himself in the plenary forms of the Vishnu Tattva. And although they are equally powerful, the original powerful personality of Godhead is considered the source. This analogy also explains the appearance of qualitative incarnation like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. According to Jiva Goswami, Sambastu Tamo Adhishtanatvat Kajjalamaya Sukshma Dibashika Taniyashya Na Tata Samyam. The Sambhu Tattva, or the principle of Lord Shiva, is like a lamp covered with carbon. Because of his being in charge of the mode of ignorance, the illumination from such a lamp is very minute. Therefore, the power of Lord Shiva cannot compare to that of the Vishnu principle. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bole Samadhi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Sasai Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Deshadarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Kadadara Sri Vasadi Bhakta Vrunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. First of all, seek the blessings and the permission of all Vaishnavas to give this class. This sloga is one fundamental principle of explaining how Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. Because whole Krishna consciousness depends on first to understand the position of Lord Krishna. Unless we don't understand the position of Lord Krishna, then we have to understand our position. Then we have to know the relation. Then we should know how to establish the relation. These are all the very fundamentals of Krishna consciousness. First step is to understand Bhagavan, Krishna. Remember, I think Prabhupada, the very beginning days, somebody came to him when he was giving class. He wants a Diksha. Then he asked Prabhupada, who is Krishna? Prabhupada asked him. He told he is Bhagavan. Who are you? I am his servant. Then he gave Diksha. Because he knows the fundamental position. Maybe somebody may be very good in all Shastra, Gita, everything. But if he doesn't understand or doesn't accept or realization. See, the thing is, we may have jnana. We always tell Krishna is Supreme Lord. That is jnana. But vijnana, practical experience is very important. We should realize, vijnana means realize. Every activity should show that we accept him as Bhagavan. And that knowledge and that realization is very important. One is jnana, another is vijnana. Jnana, vijnana, druptatma. Unless we have that basic understanding of knowledge and practical knowledge or realization, it is very tough for us to advance in Krishna consciousness. The practical realization means we should understand in all our activities we should depend on Krishna. Simple example is, if we accept him as Krishna, then we have to accept Bhagavad-gita. We should accept whatever he told. And we should accept ultimately whatever he is doing is ultimate. At the same time, for example, every activity, we try to depend on him than more on all other material platform. This is a very fundamental starting. Generally, we depend on the material things for all our success. But even for material success, you should depend on the Krishna. And even for our material desires, we have to depend on Krishna. These are all one who has realized Krishna. How does he act? How does he behave that accepting him as supreme? And also, whatever good or bad comes also, he is equally taking it as Krishna's will. Not that whenever good comes, whenever I am responsible. This is a material world. Whenever bad thing comes, God is responsible. Bhagavan is responsible. That's not a correct mode. This type of fundamental understanding is needed. Now in this, to enforce or to increase the faith, such a faith, many acharyas, many avadars, they are telling many examples and translation. Here it is given is one simple example, how Lord is supreme, even though there are many avadaras, many tattvas, and number one is Krishna. That is what this slokas, I am talking about sloka 18 and 1. From one candle, many others are lit. I consider that one the supreme, original. Similarly, there may be many gods, but still Lord is the supreme. We should not get confused. Even though Bhagavad-gita tells Aham Adirhi Devanam, Krishna tells very clearly, Aham Adirhi Devanam. He is the Adi Deva, nobody else is. And everything starts from him. Adi means original. And still, now different examples are given here. And he is telling everything, even the material world is tied with a string. Sutre Manigana Yiva. In the thread, everything is tied. Everything is tied with Krishna. That is why the world is functioning, including planets, ocean, and every living entity, small, big, or other things are moving, chara, achara. Everything is tied in the string of Krishna. That means he is the only supporter or linking everything. And if it is that link is missing, then we cannot do. This is another way of explaining how Krishna is acting. It is including chara, achara, moving, non-moving. And every living entity, including big or word, and devas or human beings, or asuras or anybody, all living entities, all 84 lakhs type of living entities, everything is linked together. Sutre Manigana Iva, like a thread is, any string, the pearls are stuck in the string. And similarly, everything is connected with Krishna. This is Prabhupada tells everything is good, but unless all are zero, unless one is not there is no value for it. Like in material world, everything is getting respect or gain only if the Krishna is added. And this is another way of Krishna is how supreme, you can understand. And here, that candle example is very good. Like we know normally, it's a chain of reaction, like one gets into another and gets into another, and maybe many. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining to Sanatana Goswami, He explains all these tattvas. How? First he is talking about Vishnu tattvas. We know all those things. I don't want to go details. A big detailed explanation is given on full chapter, 2 chapters, I think. And Krishna is all the original Bhagavan. Swayam to Bhagavan. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavan very clear. Is the Swayam means natural, Swayambhu. Nobody created him. He is the original. He is the original. He is not created by anybody. And Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. Very natural comes. And Swayam, similarly, from him all others starts. And Sadhurvyuha, first then Balarama, then Sadhurvyuha comes. That Karnakada Vishnu comes in the very low level. And from Karnakada Vishnu, Karbhodakasha Vishnu, every breathing, lot of planets are coming out. And each planet is going with Karbhodakasha Vishnu. And because they have to be active, even though it looks like that the planets are very lifeless or something, achara, non-moving or other things, but that is supported by the Vishnu, Maha Vishnu, one Amsa. That is called Karbhodakasha Vishnu. Karnakada is the one who is sleeping in the milk ocean. And from his breath or something generated lakhs and lakhs of planets. And out of each planet, his energy is going as Karbhodakasha Vishnu to support this. Like once force is going, army, a wing is going, a commander or military commander is going with that things to support that. Similarly, Karbhodakasha Vishnu is going with every planet to support this planet activities. Then when the Brahma is creating that planets and such living entities, and all living entities are lifeless, means there comes the Jiva. The Jiva goes, then every living entity is being supported by Lord Samsa as a SriRadhaRasbihariTemple Vishnu or Paramatma. And that way, every living entity is supported. And how minutely Krishna is being the supreme of lighting all this. Imagine from the Vishnu Tattva and how he joins the Vishnu Jiva Tattva. Jiva Tattva is our living entities. Whenever they are created and in all aspects, and Vishnu Tattva was created, and this Vishnu Tattva is not created, expansion. But Jiva Tattva also, Jiva is also there. But when they act in the body, they are also, the body is material energy, but Jiva is spiritual energy. Both are residing in this body. When the living entity comes, this is the one in between. What is that? One is Jiva Tattva, another is this Bhagavan, Amsa. And both is residing in the same body that is supporting and is guiding. And as a Sukradam Sarvabhudanam, as a well-wisher, he stays in the every living entity. Such a way, he is able to make activities of all living entities successful. And bringing back to Godhead, he is able to do that. And it is not that purpose is not to control, to guide. It is guiding. Sugradam is a well-wisher. He is sitting as a well-wisher. That way, he is able to spread his domain of activities and controlling and managing or guiding or supporting everything through this. This comes from Bhagavan, how to Jiva, as a Paramatma. We call SriRadhaRasbihariTemple Vishnu Paramatma, and everything is sitting in every living entity. This way is lighting every lamp, every body, everything is simply a lamp. But Paramatma and Jivatma, they are sitting, they are lighting the lamp. And that way we become active. And that way we become consciousness. That way we become spiritual. And we become consciousness means we are supposed to be spiritual. And this lighting is done by these Paramatma and Jivatma. This way it goes through the long things. And infinitely. And similarly, every dissolution, Yuga Pralaya, and it comes with different Brahma days. Brahma one day is 1000 Sadhurika. And 1000 Sadhurika, how many Manus are there? One day, when Brahma, one day, how many Manus? 27 or 27? 41. 1 4 Manus. 14 Manus are coming. And each Manu, there are every Yuga end, there is a minor pralaya or dissolution. Then living entities are partially destroyed or something. And the living entity source is taken back. For example, in Satya-yoga, Raja-yoga, Twapara, every Yuga end there is a dissolution, minor, not full, complete. And the Twapara Yuga end, actually Twapara will be finished with, Pralaya will be with water. But Kali Yuga, the Pralaya will be with fire. The end of Kali Yuga will be with fire. Therefore, the partial dissolution, that means things will be there, but living entities will be finished. Or some bad elements, like a Kalki comes and finishes all the bad elements. It's like a big player, like World War, like that. It is like that so much. Good possibility, because now atom bombs and hydrogen bombs are heavy. Therefore, that world can be finished 7 times. Russia and America has the atomic bombs which can destroy the world 7 times. Each country has. 7 times they can finish it. Therefore, naturally, the end may be like that. This pralaya comes, it's not whole thing is finished, very partially. Then, the end of each Manu, little bigger, and end of Brahma day, like a Brahma day also, there is a pralaya. There is a little more serious, because it is after 1000 Sahasra Yoga, that is day. Similarly, this is night. The daytime, whole thing is there. Then Krishna is how, as a supreme managing, you see. Brahma is like a manager or office thing. We go to office, work in the daytime. All the daytime is work, so many files we are taking here and there, so many pen and pencil and so many activities whole day. But evening comes, everything we pack it back and put it in bureau and lock it and take the key and the cash box, everything we take it, and the day is finished and we go to the thing. Office is closed. Similarly, Brahma also in his daytime is over and night time comes, he closes everything, locks, take back all the living entities, put it in a safe shelf or safety locker, something, put all the jivas, everything finished, and the day is coming. That's on that time also, he is maintaining, Lord is maintaining through Brahma. That time until Brahma is active in maintaining the living entities on behalf of Krishna. He is a servant of Krishna, maintaining what he wants. And he is that way, he is maintaining this. And then day of Brahma comes, and the next day morning, when now comes, somebody opens the office and set back everything in the position. Brahma also again next day is a minor creation, not major. He creates everything back, put in the position, and his activity, day activity is going on. Similarly, the activity is going on day and night for Brahma. And when his 1000 days goes, this is one day, and you go, and when his day is over, Brahma day is over, even Brahma is out. Then who has to control? Then it goes back to Krishna. Go to back to Karbadagasa Vishnu. So like that it goes back. Karnakada Vishnu, go to Karnakada, and he puts everything on his Yoga Nitra. He is sleeping Yoga Nitra, keeping all living entities in a very big safe box. And so that the living entity, then again he creates another Brahma. Then again all these things are coming out. Then again this Brahma creates, and all things we can see. This is not only one Brahma. There are, whatever our university is having 4-headed Brahma. You might have heard from Chaitanya Chadamara. There are 100-headed, 1,000-headed, lakh-headed Brahmas. That means our Prabanja is small. That is a 4-head is enough. But there are big things, Prabanjas are there, which needs more mind to think. Not 4 mind is not enough. Head means mind and brain. And Brahma has only is 4. And there are many very big everything. Krishna creates according to them that a big-sized, big-headed or many-headed Brahmas to manage. How he is acting as supreme with all living entities and with moving or non-moving. This is the way it goes. It's like many times Lord doesn't directly come. But as an instrument, Brahma is his first servant. He is managing on behalf of him. And Brahma also many partial and other things. Imagine our life is how managed by Lord. And all our activities, all our things, that he is staying as a Paramatma Rupa. And Krishna is always staying with it. That is the greatest boon for us. Whatever birth, wherever we are going, whatever body, whatever situation, he is staying with us. And he is guiding us. And we can ask, if we are guiding, why we are not following Krishna? Because he has given Prabhupada marginal independence. Krishna has given us a marginal independence to accept or reject. The jiva can accept or reject. That is why we have the type of condition. He has given the freedom, and always he is instructing us a consciousness. We tell something, we go deviate from Krishna consciousness, we hear that consciousness prick, that we tell Manachachi. That is a word from Paramatma. He is always instructing, but we keep our ear deaf. We don't listen. We close the ears, and he is guiding. This way the whole universe is created, whole this thing is done. Jivas are installed in the bodies, different monitor, different. He created so many devas also to help the situations and work together. Like a city is created, the government plans so many departments, so many things, and water department, and drainage department, and everything, legal department, law department, so many. Similarly, when this Prapancha is created, he creates different departments and install different deities, demigods as in charge, and make them to work the things together. There's a Gita that tells, all are to work together and help each other. And jivas to help them by doing yajna and by reciprocating. And this way, all these things together, he makes a big, massive plan of establishing this. All he establishes for the purpose of taking back the soul back to him, back to Godhead. And for that he provides all the provisions and supports and energy, and so many things are getting. And this whole world is how it is functioning is a great thing to understand. And the Moola, source is he. He only lights and make active everybody. We are not only Vishnu Tattva, here talking about Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva also. Vishnu Tattva is, we know, all comes from Lord Bhagavan Krishna. And they are eternal. And Jiva Tattva is not eternal. Jiva Tattva is eternal, but their level is different. I don't want to go detail of the difference. Every one of you know Jiva Tattva and Vishnu Tattva. And Jiva Tattva is always conditioned and serving the Lord. Vishnu Tattva is always expansion of the Lord. They are equal, but the point is that even though they are equal, but the original is original. When you are lighting the lamp, all the lamps are uniformly lighted and burning equally. And with the bright and light everything, they are not different. But at the same time, the original which lighted is original. And he is the one, Adi Bhagavan, Swayam Bhagavan, and Krishna. And at that point, we have to accept, create the expansions of that different lamps. Like I told for Sadhurviha, then from that, Karpada, Karnakadaya, Karpada, Vishnu, so much details he has given, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami. But everything is a lamp lit by the original lamp. Maybe it's a chain, not necessarily original lamp will come and lit everything. It may be atomic chain reaction also. It may be chain reaction, it continues to chain like external Brahma looks like created this Prapancha, but originally is he. The Jiva comes from Mamayeva Amsa, Jiva Loga, Jiva Bodha Sanatana. Is Samsa, that Jiva is from in Samsa. That's why this body, he creates a body, but that Amsa comes from Lord. That Jiva comes from Lord. And Paramatma comes from the Lord. Therefore, both make this active, lit. And that way this body is spiritually active, lit. Otherwise this body is materially dull, inert media, inert. Inert means inactive. Only when the Jiva enters and Paramatma supports, the activities are going. Similarly, every level, even what is that? Achara, non-moving entity is also supported by him. For us, we don't know there is no life in this non-moving things, but according to modern science also, atoms has protons, electrons, and any moving things. Therefore, everything is living object. That way, it is very much, the whole thing is supported, and this purport is ended with one small thing, with the Shiva, other tattva, but Shiva and other tattva also, the Sambhu tattva. That Sambhu tattva is explained, we know very well clearly. He is explaining here, this is also lamp, but covered with the carbon. Covered with the carbon. Carbon means that black. And when light is covered with even with the dust, it may not be fully visible. And when the tattva is covered with carbon, means it is almost the thing is that is the Sambhu tattva or the principle of Lord Shiva is like a lamp covered with carbon because of his being in charge of the mode of ignorance. Tamaguna means a little covering with the carbon, and it's not bright enough, and it is completing. The illumination from such a lamp is very minute. Therefore, the power of Lord Shiva cannot compare to that of the Vishnu principle. Because it is covered with carbon, tamaguna, and therefore it is not bright as much enough. And the tattva we should understand what is Vishnu tattva, and actually I don't want to go details, a different topic. Shiva tattva is in between Jiva tattva and Vishnu tattva. That's what ultimately established. He is not Jiva tattva, but at the same time he is not equal to Vishnu tattva. And Prabhupada tells many places the example of milk and curd. They explain Vishnu tattva and Jiva tattva. Milk is very sattva guna, and that is called Vishnu tattva. All Vishnu tattva is like a milk. But Shiva is little added with the tamaguna. Therefore, it is like in the milk is added with a little curd. It will become curd, little what kata things. Similarly, when Vishnu tattva is mixed with tamaguna, it becomes Shiva tattva. And therefore, it all comes from him, but in different form, different things. And milk and curd, you cannot tell it is different, but at the same time, you cannot tell it is same. Its source is same, but the actions and taste and other things are different. Similarly, milk is added with kata things, it becomes curd. Similarly, when Vishnu tattva is added with this thing, he is taking care of, that is becoming Shiva tattva, Sambhu tattva, Prabhupada mentioning. And there are many other such things that sometimes Prabhupada, that Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, sometimes if it doesn't know Jiva is available to take the role of Brahma, then he comes down as a Brahma. He takes and role of Brahma and continues also. Sometimes. And similarly, different way he comes and stays and maintain the things. It is like a standby. They tell in a standby means somebody has to do activities. And suppose if he is unable to do particular day, particular time, and somebody else will be waiting, standby. And immediately he comes and takes the role and help the situation not to deteriorate or not to be spoiled. Similarly, even up to the level of Brahma and other things, Lord takes the role. If no particular Jiva is not there, he takes the role of Brahma also. And they are all explained. He takes the role of different Devas also. The ultimate goal is he is the maintainer. He maintains all living entities and creates, maintains and everything, different way, different things. It's like a big creation things. Here also, that one example explains, they are all energized by Lord. Like one lamp is energized by, one lamp energizes all the lamps, not directly or indirectly. Not that one supreme lamp energizes everything or light everything. It's lit by different lamps, which is created by this. but still he is the source, Adi, Swayam, Supreme, Bhagavan. All terms respect only one person, that is Krishna. That is the end of this sloka. Hare Krishna. Any comments, questions? Something? Any comments, bro? Any comments, questions? Maharaj, anything? जय श्री चैतन्य चैतामृत की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।